Wait, there's incest, and you went with them being murder hobo as a horror?
Right?
Quick intro. Welcome to the Toxic Tavern, where I read all the dodgy-ass stories that I find on the fucking internet. Right. D&D Murder Hobo Party. Gang Grapes. Drow Empress. DM allows it. Okay?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. It gets worse.
Yeah,
It gets so much worse. Hopefully that Zoom link actually allows him back into the party.
It might not, no.
Right. Okay, alright.
There he is.
So bear with me, okay? Bear with me. So, I have long since played D&D with my older half-brother, my good friend from high school, and my ex-girlfriend. Things between me and my ex are not as awkward as you'd expect. We also occasionally would like 1 to 3 more players, as we usually play at my older brother's dad's house, usually when he's at work, because he's a major dick. We sort of got typecast into certain D&D roles as groups. I'm usually the nerdy wizard or edgy warlock who's obsessed with magic like a maester in Games of Thrones. This time, I was playing as a nerdy, nature-loving kobold druid. My ex-girlfriend would usually play as a beefy monster race like an orc or a bugbear, but be kind of like the straight man of the group, the lawful neutral. And this time, she picked a fallen Aasimar paladin trying to regain his honor. The older brother, on the other hand, was kind of our wild card. Usually, he would either play a hornball or a murder hobo, or most likely both. And that's exactly what he did this time. A jacked-out, half-drow barbarian who's just as likely to kill the barmaid as he is to seduce her. The other player in our campaign was an Aasimar warlock and a goblin artificer. Our DM, my older brother's friend, set up a sandbox eldritch-themed campaign. We began on a pirate ship along with a mercenary crew as we went to this keep to raid it. Our party wanted to inspect in closely, which we did as the mercenary looted the place. We ended up finding a map to a secret sword of the old ones deep in the Underdark. We went through a couple of cities and dungeons before we reached the first layer of the Underdark, the kingdom of an ancient dragon, full of Underdark dragonborn and their kobold slaves. Unfortunately, our campaign was abruptly paused by the point as my older brother's dad and him got into a fight. It got physical. I told you, his dad is a major dick. This isn't even the first time he has gotten physical with my older brother or my other half-siblings. We moved in with his aunt, my dad's younger sister, but we still took a few weeks off to give him some space. His aunt was more than happy to let us use her house. They were always very close. It didn't take her long to want to play with us. She had played D&D before too and ended up joining us and rolling up a sun elf barbarian.
It's all
This is going. Let's see where this is going.
It's long.
No.
It's long.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yes, you're not. She was a lot like my older brother in the campaign, to be honest. They vibe a lot. She was also definitely more of a cool aunt that also hated her own brother because he bullied her both as a kid and as an adult. And she was constantly bringing way too much booze and even cocaine once to the table, which made their antics even more insane. They eventually ended up basically forming a band of murder hobos with my older brother, his aunt, Aasimar warlock, and the goblin artificer, and me and my ex-girlfriend tried to be the voice of reason. By the time we reached the second level of the Underdark to a kingdom of culty Duergar, they ended up becoming a couple in-game after they decided their characters were drunk enough to go and have sex in the Duergar's secret keep right as Aasimar and Goblin were stealing the magical rubies.
This is the brother and sister in real life.
This is the brother and aunt.
Yeah. So they'd be siblings.
No,
his brother. His brother, his aunt.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the weird.
Yeah. Their behavior inevitably made us enemies of the Duergar as we fled down further and further into the Underdark, and these four kept coming up with more and more creative ways to murder NPCs and increasingly fuck their corpses. My aunt and older brother also kept making their elven characters more and more sexual towards each other, from impromptu ERP scenes. Now, ERP means erotic role-playing, as I got pointed out yesterday.
You didn't know what that meant?
No, I didn't.
We both shaking our heads going, what is that?
Very freaking
You run a channel called The Tale of the Twisted Cabin.
For shock value and justifying them with this is what my character would do. And even going as far as AI generate their own real-life faces onto lewd versions of their characters and sharing them in the group, chat, and private. You're probably asking why I kept playing. Well, I couldn't tell you for the life of me. I was 20 and felt that this was my group, and that's that, I guess.
You have to laugh.
The way it was structured,
you're probably wondering why I keep playing.
Yeah. But my ex did eventually leave the campaign. She said she was staying for me, but this was just too uncomfortable and, well, stupid. We pretty much abandoned all pretense of the story just to take the back seat for 4 murder hobos, just cutting through every NPC like a weed. What finally broke me is when the 4 murder hobos decided to gang rape the Drow Empress, who was guarding the Eldritch swords we were looking for. They told me to be on the lookout while we do it. I just give the DM a look of, bro, seriously?
Who's running this campaign?
Don't know. And he just shrugs his shoulder and said, nah, this isn't what my character would do, like ever. I think I'm going to dip. This campaign just isn't for me. My older brother was disappointed, but I feel like he understood.
Who is the DM here?
Yeah,
The DM's the older brother. He's sitting there while his younger brother is pretending to fuck his aunt. What is that?
I don't understand.
I know.
I'm speechless. The way it started, I thought this was like some guy talking about like 2nd edition. This shit was happening in like the 70s or the 80s, and he's like, no, there's something AI shit. I'm like, oh, this happened recently. Like,
This is fucked.
And one of the craziest things about all of that happening at the same time is the fact that the DM, the way you read it, the DM is the older brother of the OP. And is also the nephew of the aunt playing at the table.
Yep.
And is watching his other brother.
Yep. Or something like that.
Basically have sex with his aunt on a regular basis.
now you see, I've seen this video before, but normally I know they're all paid actresses and actors.
So I've got some comments. Addicted to mosh. Wait, there's incest, and you went with them being murder hobo as a horror?
Right?
Yeah, I feel like the title still doesn't give it credit.
Basic slipper. Hey, OP, what the fuck? She would constantly bring way too much booze and even cocaine once to the table.
Oh, yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, the red flags were just like ping, 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 ping.
It's fucked. And that one is quite bad. But there is others that are fucking worse. There's so many others.
There are some like I know this isn't illegal, but god damn, should it be at some point? That
like there's a difference between illegal and immoral, and this is certainly immoral.
Yeah, well,
I feel dirty. Like I'm just speechless for the first time in my life. I don't know what I can add to this
I need to go have a shower.
I read these every day.
Just look it off.
I read these every day, and it's making me internally think.
We should become the Dungeons and Dragons police. Share your fucked up stories here. We'll arrest these fucks. After a trial,
at least.
Yep.
Like that's what it should be. It should be on a watch list at least.
We should all trial these. We should all what do we find these people? Do we find them guilty? Guilty being fucked up?
Oh, guilty.
Oh, severely.
Guilty as
prison.
Life in prison.
In separate prisons, away, far away from each other.
New
opposite
category.
ends of the country from each other.
Instead
My
of what's
God.
the category? Am I the arsehole? It's like, should I be on a watch list?
Yeah.
It's fucked. It's
Yes.
so fucked. It's so fucked. All right.
Oh my God.